I finally finished my foundation course in 3D design and architecture at the University of the Arts London, or UAL. And I remember how in my A-levels I used to really underestimate a foundation course. I used to think that it's only an option if you flop your A-levels. Because I was already doing really well in my A-levels and I took graphics and art, I thought that I was already being exposed to the creative subject, so I would be alright if I directly go to degree. But that wasn't really the case. I already made a video about why I decided to do a foundation before degree, so if you're interested on it you can go and check that out. This video is mainly targeted to students that want to do architecture, so if you're planning to do maths, physics or economics, I'm sorry, this is not the right video for you unless you have an interest in architecture. It sounds like it's a cult or gang only for architecture students. So first of all, what's a foundation course? Is it similar to an A-level or is it similar more to a degree? It's pretty complicated because it's in between an A-level and a degree. It's not as same as a degree because the marking system is not the same, but it's not even similar to an A-level or IB. It's usually considered a bit higher than that. So I hope it was clear. It's not like an A-level, it's a bit higher than an A-level, but at the same time it's not like a degree, it's a bit less than a degree. So it makes it a good option to experiment and get insight of the course that you are planning to study in degree. Let's focus first in the similarities between an A-level and a foundation course. To be honest, there are not that many similar things that I noticed. Research. If you're doing an A-level in any creative subject, you must know how important research is for your marks, and this is the same also in a foundation course. Research is really important and it contributes in a big portion of your markings. Development of the work is more important than the final piece. As I said, it has the same importance in a foundation course as it does in an A-level. When I was doing art and graphics, our teachers, they really pushed us to do as much development as you can instead of just focusing on the final piece. And that's all I can think of, to be honest. Research and development, they are really important in both A-levels and foundation, and I'm sure also in degree. So now, what are the differences between an A-level and a foundation course? These are going to be mainly my opinions, so if you are doing a foundation course or you have done a foundation course, feel free to comment down below about the things that you have noticed that are different in an A-level and a foundation course. A foundation course, it feels more creative in my opinion. When I was doing my A-levels, we had only 4 assessment objectives, and it kind of felt as if we just had to work in between these 4 points that we had to meet the criteria on. Not even 4, to be honest. And then the 4th one was the final piece, so it wasn't as important as the main 3 one. Whereas in a foundation course, because as I said, we already work with universities. I mean, they are already in university campuses and they are taught by tutors that they already teach in a degree course or even masters. It just feels more creative because we can access to the university's facilities such as the wood workshop, metal workshop, or whatever your university can offer. The mark scheme is really different. In A-level we just had 4 assessment objectives. The 4th one was the final model, so it counted but not as important as the main 3, which was the research, then development and recording. Oh no, development and experimentation and recording. Whereas here in the foundation course we have around 8 assessment objectives, so it makes it just broader and pushes us to experiment more and be more creative. A foundation course is just much quicker than an A-level. Yes, obviously when you do your A-levels you have 2 years, whereas here in a foundation course you only have 1 year, not even 1 year, like it's 9 months, 8 months. So the projects, they just go much quicker. I remember that my first 2 or 3 projects, they lasted either 5 days or even 1 day. Whereas in my A-levels, most projects, they lasted at least 4 or 5 weeks. So when doing your foundation course, you have to work really quickly in the first couple of months, even at the end in your final project. I personally think that the foundation course was just a bit more relaxed than my A-levels, because when I was doing my A-levels we were really pushed by the school to work hard, that we have to at least spend 2 or 3 hours every single day outside of our study time, outside of our lessons, working on the subjects that we are doing. Whereas here in the foundation course, our tutors, the last thing that they wanted it was for us to get so stressed and pressured by the workload. They told us, yeah, do your work, but at the same time don't stress yourself so much, try to relax and take it easy. As I said, this is my personal opinion, this is how I felt. I just felt more relaxed in the foundation course than I did in my A-levels. But obviously some people, they just felt much more pressure in the foundation year instead of their A-levels or BTech. A foundation course gives you a much deeper insight in the course that you're interested in instead of an A-level. These are all the things that come in my mind between the similarities and differences of a foundation course and an A-level. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next one.